USDT APY is about to replace your bank account. Guys, this is Debate Crypto. Question everything, trust nothing. And we're here. We're live. Guys, welcome back, everybody. Greatly appreciate everybody here. Smash those likes if you haven't already. Let's get excited. Got tons of great news for you guys. I'm actually going to bring this light down because it is burning my retinas right now. Okay, here we go. That is kind of terrible, but that's the best that's going to happen right now. Guys, lots of things have been happening in the crypto market. That's right. You heard me right when I said USDT might be replacing your bank account. They're talking about 8.5% APY, baby. Last time we heard about this was during the bull market, and it was somewhere around 5.5%. Somehow, some way, there's a new company in town that's going to be out here giving you 8.5% on your USDT. So in reality, would you be holding dollars, or are you going to be holding USDT in these crypto accounts to get some APY? Because you ain't getting that in the banking system. I can tell you that right now. So, guys, all right. I hope you're excited because I am. Keepers out there at Sin City Crypto right now having a good time, but I'm home. I'm making the work happen. So stick with me here. Smash those likes. Get everybody in here. Share out the live. And if you're not a member of the show, become a member. Jump in here. Support the channel. Patriot Caveman, I see you in the chat. Patrick, what's going on, man? I greatly appreciate all you guys in the chat right now. But let's have a quick little watch on the market. Yesterday's episode, we were talking about, possible pumps and possible pumps indeed. So as you can see here, let me refresh real quick. We are up 2.49%. We were down 2.49% yesterday. Now we're up 2.49 in the total market cap. Bitcoin is up 3%, 3.5% in the last 24 hours. We crossed 26,000. We've also obviously had a small retracement since then, but we had some pretty big moves this morning. Ethereum trying to hold on to that 1600 once again. Overall, the market is somewhat green. Nothing major, everything under 1%, half a percent give or take, right? In the last hour, in the last 24 hours, some of the bigger moves have been 3%, 4%. Ton with an 11%. What's going on over there? That's what we need to find out. But let's see what that really means for the market. So let me share my charts here and show you what really happened in the charts before we start diving into the news. So guys, as you're trickling in here, smash those likes. Let's get the party started. Become a member, support the channel. We greatly appreciate it. Like seeing all those green names and their fun little fugazi emojis that I made for you guys. All right, so let me share my screen here one more time. And here we go. So as you guys can see here, yesterday, let me zoom in for you guys. Let me take some of this stuff out of the way. Yesterday, we had a massive red candle breaking the value area low for the yearly range. Tried to come towards that quarter two piv. Got even front ran. We didn't even touch it. We came right back up. And today, starting last night, we started to see a move and a move. The Chinese were definitely getting involved in the markets and pumping this bad boy. So Bitcoin right now back above the point of control here for the yearly range, and holding here strong. Hopefully we can close out the day above here. If not, this thing is still in play. Like right yesterday, a lot of people, CVO was talking about making a play back up here, right, and see what's going to happen before we start eventually having a retracement back to the downside and coming back lower. It's one of these things that right now where the market is just undecisive. It goes one way, it goes the other way, and it's doing is just flushing out all these longs and shorts in both directions. Right. There's just no way to survive in a long-term play right now. I mean, if you are surviving a long-term play, you've got cojones of steel, let me tell you, because Look how choppy this has been. Up, down, up, down, up, down. It's total sideways, massive moves to one way or the other, liquidating longs, liquidating shorts. It's rough out there right now in the trading market, let me tell you. But that's what it is right now. It's just survival of the fittest right now. This is a rough time in the bear market for people. We believe it's coming to an end, but just because it's coming to an end doesn't mean it's going to get any smoother. It can get very choppy very, very quickly. But talking about Bitcoin and talking about some price appreciation, BitMEX author Hayes says Bitcoin can quickly hit $70,000. And it all hinges pretty much on one thing. And no, it's not the spot ETFs like we've mentioned on here on the channel many, many times before. It's not the spot ETFs. I'll give you guys 10 seconds. Drop it in the chat if you guys know what can pump Bitcoin to 70,000, not the spot ETF. What else could be out there? I'll give you guys 10 seconds before I pull it up. Drop it in the chat right now if you think you know what could rile Bitcoin up into a $70,000 price point. I mean, that is massive. So this is not a small little thing that's just going to be happening. This is a massive move, requires a massive plan of action. So drop it in the chat. Patriot came and says Gary getting kidnapped. Maybe, but no, that's not it, caveman. That's not it. Even though that would be funny to see. We do have some content from Gary Gensler in his committee meetings or whatever it is today from Twitter. We got some Twitter posts about him and a few other things. So definitely we're gonna jump into that real soon. Get some refresh here. But all right, guys, here it is. It's none other than the Fed decision. And when you must be wondering, what's this Fed decision that's going to lead Bitcoin to $70,000, right? That's a new all-time high. Well, it's really simple, actually. Bitcoin's rise to 70,000 if the Fed cuts interest rates. That's what could take us up there, right? So, like he said over here, review that the U.S. Federal Reserve deciding to cut interest rates will make Bitcoin quickly rally to 70,000. Remember, this is the co-founder of BitMEX, Arthur Hayes, said this yesterday, or I should say today, which is Tuesday. Said considering the price towards 70,000 after March, but the Fed hiked interest rates 3 times from March to the present. Fed Chair Jerome Powell said to rely on inflation and jobs data to make the next decision. This next decision is coming out in September 13th. No, sorry, September 19th. So in about a week and a half, we will be having another decision on whether they're going to raise interest rates. Maybe they'll play a neutral and just leave it how it is. But if they start cutting, that's definitely going to be getting interesting. All right, over here, the U.S. Federal Reserve is likely done with rate hikes as the job market cools and unemployment rate climbed last month. In addition, traders are awaiting the CPI and PPI data this week to confirm the market direction. Excuse me, guys. Authorities say that the reason why Bitcoin failed to reach 70,000 is because of the focus on the nominal Fed rates, did not compare them to high nominal GDP growth in the U.S. So once again, I'm not going to keep reading into all of this. Long story short, if interest rate cuts happen, which I've been talking about for a long time on this show, right, for the last year, Keeper keeps calling me crazy, saying that's never going to happen, not anytime soon. I still believe it's in the cards to see a Fed rate cut before the year is over. And if we do, it's pump time, baby. It's pump time, baby. Let it go. Smash a 1 in the like right now if you think we're going to get a Fed cut before the end of this year. Drop a 2 in the chat if you do not think we're going to see a Fed cut and interest rates anytime soon before this year is over. Drop it in the chat, guys. I want to see it. G Corp says, money principle burr, not going to happen this year. Not going to happen. Give me an explanation. Why do you think it's not going to happen? Well, reason why I believe it will happen is because look what happened earlier this year, guys. Earlier this year, we saw multiple banks go under, right? Because of the Fed rates, because the bond market, how it's completely inverted and banks are losing money. Now, if interest rates keep going higher and higher, or even stay sustained at this level, how many more banks can actually hold out, can keep holding out and keep playing underwater and survive this market situation? I don't think there's many. I think a lot of the smaller regional banks are going to feel the hurt and they're going to start dropping like flies. So I think it's definitely a problem. I think that the interest rate hikes have to come down if we don't want to see a total banking collapse. We keep raising these interest rates, these banks are going to start dropping. And nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see that entering an election year next year in 2024 either. So there's no way that they can keep raising these interest rates. That is my opinion. Obviously, we will see, right? I could be completely wrong. Um, Von Kahn says 24 election year, nothing will happen until next spring. Well, next spring, you know what time is next spring? Bitcoin halving time, baby. That's what it is. So it would line up perfectly, even if it happens next year, right? It doesn't have to happen this year. It'd be great. I'd be super excited if it happens this year. But even if it doesn't happen this year and it happens like Vaughn says in the chat in spring of next year, that's the same time the Bitcoin halving comes along, right? These things are starting to coincide. You know what else might happen by spring of next year? A decision on spot ETFs, right? Which would be massive. So we're getting three massive events if they were to occur, right? Two of them speculative, one for sure going to happen. If those three events come together, we're talking about big money here happening into Bitcoin and a big old move to the upside. So Vaughn says those bank pain has been planned. World banks are setting up for complete control. I agree with that. There is definitely a plan to consolidate banking, right? To have the big fish eat all the little fish and consolidate into massive banking, right? More centralized banking, more easier to control, right? The bigger banks are easier to control than the smaller banks because they all work with the same people. So 100% agree with you there, Vaughn. Guys, if you haven't smashed those likes, smash those likes, share out the live, let all your buddies know out here. Debate Crypto going live every single day, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, and Sundays, 12 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, moving on forward. We got some posts here on Twitter talking about crypto and what is very interesting. So let me share my screen here and hopefully we got some audio. I believe so. So let's get it.
And move on to crypto, if you'd indulge me for a second, because we always have these crypto conversations. And there seems to be this thing happening. I don't know, Joe, we were talking about $25,000 with Bitcoin. Meanwhile, BlackRock and all of these folks, all the folks that we thought were never going to do this, are now doing it, and yet it's not moving at all.
Well, it's moving today.
Well, I mean, sure, 26. This is 26.
It was 4 when we started saying it wasn't going anywhere. 4,000.
Oh, well, okay. But the question is this now a risk on?
You saw that? You saw he got called out there, right? He was like, oh, Bitcoin's really not moving anywhere. It's not doing anything, even though we got all this BlackRock and all these people involved. And the other guy's like, yo, we've been talking about Bitcoin since 4,000 and saying it wasn't going to go anywhere. And now we're at 26. Getting called out there, man. But let's continue on.
Risk off thing. How do you even correlate this to what's happening with the Fed? Because for a long time you used to talk about crypto in regard to the Fed.
So I think crypto is settling as part of the ecosystem. I think people have recognized it is not the new global currency. People have also recognized it's not going to disappear tomorrow. It's becoming institutionalized. And I think, actually, if I were a crypto person, I think this maturation process is a good thing. Where it moves from day to day is, I can't really comment on that.
I still think it's outperformed every asset in 1 year, 5 year, and 10 year.
Whoa, what was that? Yeah, 100% right. Bitcoin has outperformed. Bitcoin has outperformed the 1 year, 5 year, and 10 year any other asset. So once again, even though they were throwing some smack at Bitcoin saying it hasn't popped off with the Bitcoin ETF, yada, yada, BlackRock getting involved, look how far we've come in a short period of time and how much it's outperformed all these other assets. So patience, my friends. Patience is key. I do have another clip here on Twitter talking about well, not a clip. Actually, this is a good old another hedge fund here, asset manager, Franklin Templeton files for spot ETF $1.5 trillion in management, right? We've also got PayPal integrating off-ramps feature with off ramps, Bitcoin users in the US can convert their Bitcoin to USD directly from their wallets into their PayPal balance so they can shop, save, and transfer and yada yada, do all the other good stuff, right? We've also got a list of all the people, or I keep saying people, all the companies getting involved in this spot ETF application, right? We got BlackRock, we got Fidelity, we got Franklin Templeton, we got Invesco Galaxy, Wisdom Tree, Bang Egg, we got Global X, Ark Invest, Bitwise, and Valkyrie. Total $17.7 trillion. Probably nothing, right? Something just no big deal. No big deal, right? What are we here worried about? What are we worried about here? Let's get a little clip here about Gary Gensler. I believe the spotty tips are going to be huge, by the way, guys. That was sarcasm if you guys didn't catch it. Whoa. All right, here we go.
Protect America and help protect Americans from the crypto abuses that cost consumers billions.
If they were to live up to the investor protection built into their current laws, it would help investors. But right now, unfortunately, there's significant non-compliance, and it's a field which is rife with fraud, abuse, and misconduct.
That's really funny. Really funny coming from Gary Gensler, the guy that met with, SBF from FTX multiple times throughout the FTX career life, right, of that exchange, and yet was never able to detect any type of fraud or any type of anything, but yet likes to constantly point out how fraudulent the crypto space is. How about the banking system? How about all the fraudulent stuff that goes on with them all the time? How about the fact that, literally just stealing from the poor and giving to the rich, right? Literally, people in the banking system not making any money, not making any APY, not making anything, right? Being enslaved into credit card debt and enslaved into the banking system where they use your money to make more money off of you, but never give you any money back from all the money they're making off your money, right? But that's going to change here now with Lend. And if you guys haven't heard about Lend, we're going to be talking about it here real quick because 8.5% APY is nothing to shake a stick at, right? This is something to definitely be taken seriously and looking into. So, Lend to set launch of 8.5% APY growth accounts for USDT. That's right. Your stable coin can be growing 8.5%. Let me tell you what bank account does that for you. Zero. That's right. Zero. I like how they're using the little N like hodl when it was misspelled, right? This is like a crypto trend. Let's spell all the words wrong with the last two letters inverted. I don't know. I don't know. Crypto lender Lend has unveiled a new 8.5% APY offering for USDT saving deposits set to go live next month. Ooh, coming to you soon. Lend users USDC savings account transition to the platform's new growth accounts today, following a similar transition for Bitcoin savings account in August. The crypto lender is set to 8.5% on the saving deposits from early October. Meanwhile, users existing USDC savings are transitioning as well. The Cayman Islands-based firm will utilize the new USDT growth account to bolster its retail loan book, according to the statement. Borrowers must over-collateralize their loans on the platform, enabling Lend to back the funding from the growth accounts with their Bitcoin deposits. So we've heard about this before, right? We've heard of other accounts, other projects, right? We've heard BlockFi, Celsius. We've heard a few other ones out there that did not survive, right? The whole thing was they didn't survive. And flashback, 20% on Anchor. What could go wrong? For sure, right? Instantly think about all those negative parts. So it's definitely something to be looking out for that could happen. But they're talking about how they are going to be a little different than these other projects, or I should say platforms, right? The Lend claims it's, let me quickly change it over here. Lend claims it's offer the crypto industry's highest stablecoin yield compared to current rates of 5.4% on DeFi lending platforms like Compound and Aave. The maker-powered Spark protocol, while crypto yields are down compared to 2021 bull market peaks, Lend's 8.5% is also higher than the 5.5% currently available in traditional money markets, a type of cash alternative consisting of short-term government debt securities like treasury bills. We've listened to the industry's demands for a new way to earn yield in a safer and more transparent manner. Lend co-founder and CSO Mauricio Di Bartolomeo said, "For me, the yield combined with the collateralized status of these accounts makes this a great alternative to treasury bills." Treasury bills are definitely in trouble, let me tell you. They claim that their ring defense USDT and USDC Bitcoin accounts. They're safer than ever, guys. See, Lend's growth accounts come partly in response to the collapse of several centralized lending platforms in 2022, including the bankruptcy, like I mentioned, Celsius, BlockFi, and Voyager, which severely impacted the trust in the sector. So how are they going to build back the trust? Here we go. In an interview with The Block in April, right, Mauricio said that the company successfully navigated the crisis by diversifying away from its initial sole partner, Genesis. Just throw them under the rug, right? Through introducing its open book report and a revamped client dashboard, Lend argues its growth accounts will provide more transparency in how they generate yield. Furthermore, the growth accounts are legally ringed fence, meaning that the users are only exposed to counterparties generating their yield, are exposed to the counterparties generating their yield, are shielded if Lend ever went bankrupt, and are not exposed to the risks of each type of account. For example, USDT growth accounts are not exposed to the risk of USDC growth accounts, and vice versa. He also argues that it offers a Bitcoin and stablecoin savings experience outside the exposing clients to the risk associated with decentralized platforms. Guys, this is to be seen, right? We will yet to be seen a company that can survive a bear market. This is great marketing. Launching this thing right now in the bear market, entering the possible bull market in the next year and a half, is great, because they're betting that we're at the lower half of the bear market. We're probably not going to have any 60 to 80% drops from here, so they shouldn't be having any problems with liquidity or massive crashes. So it's smart. Is it smart to get in? Well, let me tell you. It takes money to make money, and nothing comes for free. Nothing comes risk-free, right? Your money in your bank account right now is not risk-free. Banks can go capuche, gone, see you later, alligator. Excuse me, guys, getting the hiccups. And if you have less than 250, you're going to have to wait to get your money back from the FDIC insured, right? Even though we've heard that FDIC insured cannot cover if multiple banks all go down, because they just don't got it. So there's always a risk in everything that you get involved with. Is 8.5% sound good? Sounds good to me. Is it something I'm going to be keeping my eye on? Yes, it is, right? Because if I'm going to have USDT or just cash that I'm holding on to, and I'm not doing anything with it, it's not doing anything under my mattress, it's not doing anything in my bank account, might as well start slipping some into this. But once again, like always, never leverage your rent money. Never leverage, the whole shebang on this thing, because you got to make it as an investment. If it goes away, you got to be able to continue operating. So obviously, this is never financial advice. I'm never telling you what to do with your money. I'm just telling you what I'm doing with my money, and it looks enticing. 8.5% seems really, really nice with a stable coin. We will see if it's possible, if it's sustainable. Well, once again, I'm not going to be putting all my money into it for sure. Patriot Caveman says, I leverage everything. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. I hope it works out, man. Be safe out there. It's risky out there with some leverage right now. Guys, just want to quickly remind you, if you haven't smashed those likes, smash that like. We're trying to get to 10K, baby. 10K. We are 50 subs away. So if you know 10 people, each of you, right now we got 20 something people in here. Each of you bring 10 to 5 people into the channel. Hit that sub button. We're going to cross that 10K any day now, guys. So let's get us to 10K. we're just hanging on there. We're almost there. We just need a little bump to get over the hump. You know what I mean? So moving on forward, we talked about treasury bills. Let's talk about U.S. Treasury yields, and then we'll continue on with some PayPal. PayPal's making some massive moves, and even some class action lawsuits. Not PayPal, but Bitfinex. So we're definitely going to be getting into some crazy crypto news here that you guys need to be paying attention to. But let's learn a little bit about U.S. Treasury yields. What's that all about? Right? Oh, wrong page. Let me share my screen once again. And here we go. U.S. Treasury yield spread dips to historic lows, signaling economic caution. Right? We were just talking about the 8.5% yields on your USDT. This makes it seem even more enticing. But let's look deeper into this. Recent fluctuations in the U.S. Treasury yields have set alarm bells ringing in financial markets. Let me zoom in here for you guys a little bit. Right? Thus, in financial circles, the spread between the 10-year and 3-month Treasury yields, a historically reliable predicator for economic downturns, is displaying unnerving signs. This indicator has accurately foreshadowed significant economic recessions throughout history, including the 2007-2008 financial crisis. As of September 10th, this spread has fallen to a worrying negative 1.26%, a figure that has caught the attention of market analysts and investors worldwide. But what does the Federal Reserve's recession probability model say about this? Let's keep on going, right? Well, actually, this is it for this article. The other stuff shows I actually have it pulled up somewhere else. So this goes back to the 8.5% APY. The US dollar is in trouble. The banking system is in trouble. If we continue to have the interest rates going up, up, and up, and these yields continue to go down, 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 the banks cannot continue to continue operating. This is worrisome. Very, very worrisome. This is one of the reasons why I'd rather be my own bank versus trusting my money over to these banks, because I don't think a lot of them are going to be around for too much longer, right? I'm not saying there's going to be a massive collapse in the banking system. I'm not saying that all banks are going to go away or that banking system is going to be replaced. Absolutely not. But I would like to point to the earlier this year, we all kind of tend to forget that some very massive bank collapses happened that were just as big and possibly even bigger than 2008. And that was just a handful of banks. So that is on the table. People quickly forget about these things, but they do happen and they can happen again. So moving forward, guys, if you haven't smashed those likes, greatly appreciate it. If you do, smash those likes. Let's move on over to PayPal. What's PayPal doing, right? Because I believe PayPal is bringing some massive adoption here. PayPal enables users to sell cryptocurrency via MetaMask wallet. That's right, guys. On September 11th, officially introduced a new on-ramp and off-ramp for Web3 payments, allowing users in the United States to convert their crypto to USD directly from their wallets to their PayPal balance. According to the announcement, PayPal's off-ramp feature is immediately available to wallets, decentralized applications, and non-fungible token marketplaces live on MetaMask. So this is great, right? This on-ramp and off-ramp, having another little avenue is great. But can we trust PayPal? We saw what happened a year ago with the truckers in Canada, right? They were shutting down people's payments and people that were supporting certain things. They were talking about fining certain individuals that did certain things or spoke certain things. So PayPal is definitely one of those tricky players they do some weird stuff, man. They do some very, very weird stuff that is worrisome, but they're getting heavily involved in crypto. So it's like a double-edged sword here. We want to see adoption. We want to see these things continue being introduced to the regular everyday Joes. But can we trust PayPal to keep things in favor of crypto and for the people in crypto and not get it weaponized one way or another? I don't know. Something to definitely keep your eyes on, right? PayPal's also been doing a lot of other stuff with working with USDC. They've been working with a few other people out there as well. So they're making some headway here. They're definitely going all in. So they're also allowing over here, they're also allowing people to pay with cryptocurrencies, right? They're also allowing this to happen. Their on ramp and off ramp, right, is just great, but you're also going to be able to open up the doorway to a lot of people just regularly that use PayPal, regular merchants, to be like, hey, you accept Bitcoin? Hey, you accept Ethereum? Hey, you accept stablecoin? And just quickly jump in there and do these things that the average person or average merchant usually wouldn't do because it'd be too complicated for them. But through PayPal, they will make it very easy, very possible. So it's smooth transition. Uh, Let me see. Caveman over here says, bro, Peter Thiel literally is close to the WEF. Enough said. Yeah, 100%. 100% for sure. We got also another legal win, right? So over here, we have class action case against Bitfinex gets dismissed, marking another legal win. That's right, baby. More wins for the crypto space. Crypto exchange Bitfinex has secured another significant legal victory as a class action lawsuit against it was dismissed by Chief Judge Laura Tyler Swain. Ugh, I'm pretty sure I butchered that. On the U.S. District of Court, right, for the Southern District of New York, according to a statement from the Bitfinex blog on September 12th, the lawsuit filed by Sean, whatever his last name is, a plaintiff whose request to leave no amend was denied by the court, sought to revisit arguments previously rejected. His proposed amendment failed to rectify the fundamental defects of his claims, according to the court's decision. Bitfinex stated the entirety of the class action complaint being dismissed at this stage of the proceedings punctuates the fact that plaintiff's claims were void of any legal merit. So there you guys have it. Another legal win for the crypto space, which is always great to have. Things are stacking up. Things are coming together for this next bull run, whether it has to happen after, throughout the 4-year cycle. We have to wait for the Bitcoin halving and then wait 6 months to 8 months after to really start seeing a pump. Or we get some great news like a spot ETF in January or sometime before January. We see rate cuts coming in before the halving event, and that's going to start moving Bitcoin up and up before the halving even happens. Guys, anything's possible. But what's definitely on the cards here is everyone in this show right now watching, smashing those likes, getting prepared, learning are the people that are going to make it in this next bull market because you guys are paying attention. You guys have an advantage over absolutely anyone and everyone that is not paying attention right now, that went away throughout the bear market and comes back in the frenzy of the bull market because so many things have happened and so many more things are going to happen when the bull market takes off that it is impossible for these people to keep up and make the smartest decisions possible because they are at a disadvantage of a lack of information and understanding where the market is currently standing. So guys, my hat's off to you guys for everyone that's in here that's been hanging out and holding off strong in this bear market because you're definitely going to make it in this next bull market, guys. So I'm proud of you. I can't wait to hear all about your guys' winnings because we're going to make it, guys. This is Debate Crypto, where we question everything, trust nothing. And until next time, hodl like it's hot. See you guys.